Today I will show you some upgrades of my Lathe Mill combi, like metal cutting fluid hose, sensor switch box, rotary head controller mounting and broaching tool bit for gearing. I use these flexible pipe hoses with a magnet for air cooling and for cutting fluid. The cutting fluid, however, is leaking between the joints. Therefore I had to change it with this metal hose. Therefore I had to modify the wide adapter. For now I only use two sensors for the Z-axis and the X-axis. But for fast selection between axis sensor switches, this schematic can be used or expanded. In the switch box I collected some salvage component. This is the switch I need, the header to connect everything on it, and a wire which I will take from a telephone headset, so I won't need this piece and I won't need this piece. I will make two additional wires that I have to curl myself with a heat gun, and this all will be mounted into a little switch box. I will use this casing and this schematic. So I took this and made a little footprint over here. The header will be put at the bottom of the PCB. I looked at the connections, put some text in it, and I opened the switch to look what is connected. So I ended up with this connection and this routing, and now I will make the board. I have now drawn the routing on transparent sheet for the UV to make the PCB. I've connected to the header the two sensors, the limit and the next sensor, and this is for the casings. And then I will come back to you. I've made the PCB, and now I will solder the switch and the header on the PCB and mount it into the housing. This is the rear of the sensor switch box to make all necessary connections, and this is the front of the switch box to select the X, Y and Z direction sensors. This is the finished sensor switch box, with wires that goes to the rotary head controller. The blue wire goes to the X-axis, the black wire goes to the Z-axis. Y-axis is optional. I will make a cooling bracket to mount everything together. This is the front with the sensors, and this is the back with the connection on the back side. I've mounted the rotary head controller on the bracket with the magnets on the bottom. I've connected the wires, next limit and as sensors, and I have strips on the bottom of the metal, so I now will position it in the right place. Like this, and now I have the connectors at the back of the switch box. The switch is now set on X, and now I will position the sensors at the right position as X under the lathe on this side and this side, and then I take the two Z sensors and position them on the right side of the milling machine, and I will come back to you. I've now connected all the wires, the power wire, the sensors, and over here the switch Z, Y, X, and the X wire is going underneath with a limit switch over here and a next switch over here. The black wire is going at the back of the machine over here, and now it can sense the Z axis of the milling machine. A broaching tool is a very useful device. I can make gear racks, planetary gear rings and keyways with it. But I will need some kind of tool bit as a cutter. There are already many do-it-yourself broach tool bit grinding videos on the YouTube. First I use the bench grinder. After that I use the Dremel diamond disc in combination with the rotary table controller. Next time I will show you the rotary head controller's new mode called continuous for welding.